So welcome to this video series on aptitude presented by Mentors for IAS in association with Bangalore IAS Academy and Namak APSC. So in this particular video, we will be continuing to solve more problems on profit and loss. However, the kind of problems or the type of problems that we will be doing or we will be dealing with in this particular video will be different from the other video. So we are actually trying to cover the different types of problems or the different kinds of problems that you have when it comes to profit and loss. So now let us take our first question. Now the first question says, if the cost price of 12 pence is equal to the selling price of 8 pence, then what is the gain percentage? So you can read the question, understand the question. So what the question is saying is that the cost price of 12 pence is equal to the selling price of 8 pence. Okay, so then what is the gain percentage? Now, in order for us to determine the loss or gain percentage, the number of commodities. See, if we are taking the cost price of X number of commodities or articles or goods, whatever it is. Now, in order to determine the gain percentage or loss percentage, we will have to take the selling price of the same X number of goods. Correct? Say if you are considering the cost price of X number of goods, and if you consider the selling price of Y number of goods instead of X, then you cannot compare and tell that if there is a gain percentage or loss percentage. If it is, what is the gain percentage or loss percentage? Always, in order to determine the loss or gain percentage, the number of commodities or the quantity of the commodity must be equal. So here what is it saying? The question is saying, or the question is talking about the cost price of 12 pence which is equal to the selling price of 8 pence. So now I am not going to equate the cost price of 12 pence with the selling price of 8 pence in order to determine the profit or loss. We have to always bring it to the same quantity. Okay, that is what I am trying to say. So what we will do here is that we will make an assumption. Okay, so here they have not mentioned the price of 12 pence. So what we will do, we will assume the cost price of the pence. Okay, or you could even assume the selling price of the pence, whatever it is, you can assume either of these two things. So what we will do is, let me assume the selling price. So let the selling price of one pen, of one single pen, let the selling price of a pen be equal to 1 rupee. Let the selling price of one pen be equal to 1 rupee. So if the selling price of one pen is equal to 1 rupee, then what is the selling price of 8 pence? The selling price of 8 pence will be equal to what? It will be equal to 8 rupees. It will be equal to 8 rupees. Now the question is saying what the cost price of 12 pence is equal to the selling price of 8 pence. So what will be the cost price of 12 pence? Cost price of 12 pence is nothing but the selling price of 8 pence. Therefore the cost price of 12 pence will be equal to 8 rupees here. It will be equal to 8 rupees here. So now we have to determine what? We have to determine the selling price of 12 pence in order for us to know if there is a profit or loss. How do we know the selling price of 12 pence? Obviously from here. We have assumed that the selling price of one pen be 1 rupees. Therefore the selling price of 12 pence will be what? It will be equal to 12 rupees. Now don't you think we can determine the gain or loss percentage? Absolutely. So in this question, we have to determine the gain percentage. So what do? We take cost price, because I told you earlier, generally we always take the cost price as a basis for determining the loss percentage or profit percentage. So here, if 8 rupees is 100%, how much is 12 rupees? So what do? We cross multiply. So we have 12 into 100 divided by 8. So 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. 100 divided by 2 is what? Nothing but 50. So here we have what? We have 3 into 50, which is equal to 150. Meaning what? Selling price is 150%. Then what is the profit? Profit is what? Nothing but the extra percentage beyond 100%. That is equal to 50%. Therefore the profit is what? The profit is 50%. Therefore the correct option is option C. The correct answer is 50%. Now moving over to the second question. Question number 2. Now what does question number 2 say? Now question number 2 says, if the selling price of 50 mangoes, if the selling price of 50 mangoes is equal to the cost price of 40 mangoes, the loss or gain percentage is what? What is the loss or gain percentage? So by looking at the question, which says that the selling price of 50 mangoes is equal to the cost price of 40 mangoes, obviously there's going to be a loss. However, since we have two options which mentions loss, then it is necessary that we solve the question. Say for example, if this was not loss and if it mentioned say 30% gain or something, okay, then we could have straight away marked option C even without solving, because obviously by reading the question itself, just by common sense you are able to determine that it is nothing but a loss. However, let us now solve the question. So similar to the previous question, this question is saying what? The selling price of 50 mangoes is equal to the cost price of 40 mangoes. So we have the selling price of 50 mangoes equal to the cost price of 40 mangoes. So similar to the previous question, I'll once again assume something. Let me assume the cost price. Let me assume the cost price. So let the cost price of one mango, let the cost price of one mango be equal to 1 rupee. So if the cost price of one mango is equal to 1 rupee, then what is the cost price of 40 mangoes? The cost price of 40 mangoes is what? It is nothing but 40 rupees, correct? Then what will be the selling price of 50 mangoes? The selling price of 50 mangoes is equal to the cost price of 40 mangoes. So based on our assumption, the cost price of 40 mangoes is equal to 40 rupees. Therefore, the selling price of 50 rupees is what? It will be 40 rupees. Now, I did explain in the previous question, the quantity being sold or being purchased should be the same. So here also, in order to determine the loss or gain percentage, we will have to consider the cost price of 50 mangoes. We will have to consider the cost price of 50 mangoes. So what will be the cost price of 50 mangoes? If one mango is going to cost 1 rupee, the cost price of 50 mangoes will obviously be 50 rupees. Now once this is determined, it is simple, right? What is loss? Loss is nothing but 10 rupees. Loss is nothing but 10 rupees. So you don't even have to calculate over here. If the loss is 10 rupees, you can simply say that the loss will be 20%. Here cost price is 50 rupees, correct? 50 rupees. So for 100 rupees, for every 50 rupees the loss is 10 rupees. Then for every 100 rupees the loss is what? It is 20 rupees. Therefore loss is 20%. You don't even have to calculate any further. Just by writing this much you should be able to answer that the correct answer is 20% loss. However, for the sake of completing the question, we will take 50 rupees to be 100%. Then what is 40 rupees? What is selling price? What do we get? We get 40 into 100 divided by 50. 50 2s are 100. 40 into 2 is 80. It is what? 80%. Selling price is 80%. Then what is the loss percentage? Loss percentage is nothing but 20%. Right? The difference between 100 and 80 is 20%. Therefore, the correct option is A 20% as I had mentioned earlier from here. The correct answer is 20%. The correct option is option A. Now moving over to the third question. Now what does the third question say? Now the third question says the cost price of 20 articles is the same as the selling price of X articles. The cost price of 20 articles is the same as the selling price of X articles. So if the profit is 25%, then the value of X is what? So here we have to determine what? We have to determine the quantity of the or the number of articles that is being sold. Now X number of articles are being sold. The selling price of X number of articles is equal to the selling price of 20 articles. Now the question itself says that there is a profit of 25%. So if we are selling X articles at the cost of 20 articles, thereby getting a profit of 25%, how many articles are being sold? That is what we have to now find out. So here the cost price of 20 articles is equal to the selling price of X number of articles. X number of articles. Now if you've understood the last two questions, again if you've understood the last two questions, try to do this particular question by yourself. Pause the video, try to do it by yourself. Okay, so me going ahead solving this particular question. Again we will start with an assumption. So what we will do is we will assume the cost price. We will assume the cost price. So let the cost price of one article, okay, the cost price of one article being considered in the question, let the cost price of one article be 1 rupee. Then what is the cost price of 20 articles? What is the cost price of 20 articles? Then the cost price of 20 articles will be what? It will be equal to 20 rupees. The cost price of 20 articles will be equal to 20 rupees. Then based on the information given in the question, now the selling price of X articles will be what? The selling price of X articles will be also 20 rupees. The selling price of X articles will also be 20 rupees. Now based on what the question further says, that if the profit is 25%, then the value of X is what? So by selling X number of articles at the cost price of 20 articles, we get a profit of 25%. Meaning what? This selling price, this 20 rupees is 125%. The 20 rupees, this is 125%. See, earlier we used to do what? We used to always say if cost price is 100%, then what is the selling price, correct? So this we would get say 130, 125, whatever it is, then we would say that yes, the profit is 25%. So here we already know the profit to be 25%, then 20 rupees is 125%. What do we need? We need the cost price now. I'll try to find out the cost price of X number of articles. Why? Because I already know the cost price of one article. If I determine the cost price of X number of articles, I'll be able to determine the number of articles itself. So what we will do? We will take 20 rupees to be 125%. Then what is the cost price? Which is equal to 100 rupees. Which is equal to 100 rupees. So therefore, what is cost price? Cost price is nothing but, again, cross multiplication, 20 into 100 divided by 125. So 25 5s are, 25 4s are, again 5 4s are. Therefore cost price is what? 4 into 4 is equal to 16 rupees. Therefore cost price of X number of articles is equal to 16 rupees. Now based on our assumption, one article costs 1 rupee. Then for 16 rupees, how many articles? If one article costs 1 rupee, for 16 rupees, how many articles can we get? Obviously it is 16 articles. Therefore X is equal to 16 articles. The correct answer is 16. The correct option is option B. So I hope you understood the question as to how to approach. So assuming something to be 1 rupee in these kind of questions makes it very easy to solve the questions instead of assuming something n or whatever it is. No? So now let us move on to the next question, that is question number 4. Now what does question number 4 say? Now question number 4 says, a man sold 18 cots for rupees 16,800, gaining thereby the cost price of 3 cots. What is the cost price of a single cot? What is the cost price of a single cot? So here the man is selling 18 cots for rupees 16,800. Therefore it is possible that we find out the selling price of one single cot. Now the profit over here is what? The profit is not the selling price of 3 cots, but it is the cost price. The profit is nothing but the cost price of 3 cots. Now since here the price of the goods are already given, okay, since the price of goods are already given to be 16,800 and the profit is equal to the cost price of 3 cots, here we cannot assume the cost price to be 1 rupee. Here we cannot assume the cost price to be 1 rupee. Okay, so what we will do? We will assume the cost price to be x, because x is some number and that number is what we have to determine in the question. See, the question itself is asking for cost price, so I cannot assume cost price to be 1 rupee in the question. Okay, I will not be doing that. So what will we do? We will assume, let the cost price of 1 cot be x rupees. Let the cost price of 1 cot be x rupees. Now if the cost price of 1 cot is x rupees, where we have to determine the value of x in order to answer the question, what will be the cost price of 18 cots? What will be the cost price of 18 cots? If 1 cot costs x rupees, then the cot price of 18 cots is what? It is 18x, correct? It will be 18x. What is the selling price of 18 cots? The selling price of 18 cots is 16,800. It is 16,800. Now based on the question, there is a profit. The profit is what? The profit is equal to the cost price of 3 cots. So cost price of 3 cots is what? Nothing but 3x, correct? 1 cot costs x rupees, therefore the cost price of 3 cots is x rupees. Then profit, that is equal to 3x, is equal to what? Selling price minus cost price. Profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. Therefore 3x is equal to what? 3x is equal to SP, that is selling price, 16,800 minus cost price, that is 18x for 18 costs. So don't you think we have an unknown variable and a linear equation? So it should be very simple for us to determine the value of x. So what will I do? I will take 18x to the left hand side. So I get 3x plus 18x is equal to 16,800. 18 plus 3 is what? It is 21x is equal to 16,800. Therefore x is what? 16,800 divided by 21. So 21 is divisible by 3, 7. Let me try with 7 itself. 7 to the 14 to, yes, 7 to the 14. So 2, 8, 7 4s are 28, 7 3s are 21, 3 8s are 24. Therefore x is what? X is equal to 800. Therefore, what is the cost price of a single cot? The cost price of a single cot, that is x rupees, is nothing but 800 rupees. Therefore, the correct option is what? The correct option is option D. The correct answer is rupees 800. Now moving over to the next question, that is question number 5. Now what does question number 5 say? Now question number 5 says, if on selling 12 notebooks, a seller makes a profit equal to the selling price of 4 notebooks, what is his profit percentage? What is his profit percentage? That is what we have to determine. If I'm selling 12 notebooks, the seller makes a profit equal to the selling price of 4 notebooks. What is the profit percentage? So once again, similar to the different kind of problems that we've been solving here today, we will assume. What will we assume? We will assume the selling price, because the question is now talking about all about selling price. So what will we do? We will assume the selling price. Let the selling price of one notebook, let the selling price of one notebook be equal to what? Be equal to 1 rupee. Then the selling price of 12 notebooks, the selling price of 12 notebooks will be equal to what? This is nothing but 12 rupees. This is nothing but 12 rupees. So selling price of 12 notebooks is 12 rupees. Now the question is saying on selling 12 notebooks, the seller is making a profit equal to the selling price of 4 notebooks. So profit is the selling price of 4 notebooks. What is the selling price of 4 notebooks? The selling price of 4 notebooks is what? It is nothing but 4 rupees. Therefore, profit is what? Profit is 4 rupees. Profit is 4 rupees. Now, in order for us to determine the profit percentage, see, we already have the profit. Okay, we have selling price. If we have to determine the profit percentage, it is always with respect to the cost price. It is always with respect to the cost price. So what will we do? We will first determine the cost price. Cost price is what? Cost price is nothing but selling price minus profit, which is nothing but 12 rupees minus 4 rupees, which is equal to 8 rupees. Therefore, cost price of 12 notebooks is 8 rupees, meaning 8 rupees is 100%. Then what is 4 rupees? That is the profit. So what do we do? 4 into 100 divided by 8. 4 to the 8. 4 to the 8. 50. Therefore, the profit percent is what? Profit percent is 50%. See, either here you can take the selling price or directly the profit itself. It does not matter. See, even if you take the selling price over here, what is the selling price? Selling price is 12. Okay, so what is this? So it is nothing but 12 into 100 divided by 8. 4 to the 8, 4 3 the 12. This is 50. 53 is the 150. So what is the difference? 100 and 150, again nothing but 50% that we've already determined. You can either take the profit directly, or you can take the loss directly, or you can take the selling price. You will end up with the correct answer. You will end up with the same answer. So here the correct answer is 50%. The correct option is option C. So this was a very simple question. Now moving on to the next question. Question number 6. What does question number 6 say? Now the question number 6 says, a man buys 2 dozen bananas at rupees 16 per dozen. Now, after selling 18 bananas at the rate of rupees 12 per dozen, the shopkeeper reduced to rupees 4 per dozen. So, what is the percentage loss? What is the percentage loss? So, based on what the question is saying, 2 dozen bananas cost 16 rupees per dozen. 1 dozen contains how many bananas? 1 dozen contains 12 bananas. Therefore, 24 bananas. 24 bananas cost how many? 1 dozen, 2 dozen is, 1 dozen is rupees 16. Then 2 dozens or 24 bananas is how much? 16 into 2, that is nothing but 32 rupees. So 24 bananas cost 32 rupees. Therefore, our cost price is what? Cost price is nothing but 32 rupees. Now the question is asking for the percentage loss. In order to determine the percentage loss, we have to determine the percentage or the selling price. So now we will try to determine the selling price of the same 24 bananas. Now if you further look at the question says after selling 18 bananas at the rate of rupees 12 per dozen, meaning what? 18 bananas are being sold at what? 12 rupees per dozen. Now 12 rupees per dozen meaning what? 1 dozen contains 12 bananas, or 12 rupees per 12 bananas. This is nothing but 1 banana costing 1 rupee. 1 banana costing 1 rupee. Therefore 18 bananas will cost how much? 18 bananas will cost nothing but 18 rupees. 18 bananas will cost 18 rupees. So we will write here 18 bananas cost rupees 18. Now we have to determine the cost price of the remaining how many? 6 bananas, because we need the selling price of 6 bananas. How much do the remaining 6 bananas cost? Now the question further says the shopkeeper, after selling the 18 bananas, the shopkeeper reduced the rate to rupees 4 per dozen. Meaning what? 12 bananas will now cost rupees 4. We want 6 bananas. Then 6 bananas will cost how much? Nothing but the half, right? It is 12 bananas cost 4, 6 bananas is how much? Nothing but the half, that is 2 rupees. So we have 6 into 4 divided by 12, 2s are nothing but 2 rupees. So it is rupees 2. Then the total selling price of 18 plus 6 bananas is what? It is nothing but 20 rupees. Therefore, the selling price is how much? It is 20 rupees. What do we need? We need the loss percentage. We need the loss percentage. So what do we do? 32 rupees is 100%. Then what is 20%? What is 20%? So 20 into 100 divided by 32. Divided by 32. So 2 tens are 2 16, 2 fives are 10, 2 eights are 4 25s are 4 twos are. This is what? Nothing but 125 divided by 2. 125 divided by 2. 125 divided by 2 is what? See, 60 plus 60 is 120 plus 5. So it is nothing but what? 62.5. You don't even have to divide it. Or even if you want to divide it, find 125 divided by 2. 2 6 are 12, 0, 5, 2 2s are 4, 1, remainder 2 5s are 10. Therefore, the selling price is what? Selling price is nothing but 62.5%. What do we need? Loss percentage. In order to determine the loss percentage, what do? We take the difference. So 100 minus 62.5% will give us the loss percentage. 9, 9 and 10. So this is 5, 7 and 3. Therefore, the correct answer is 37.5% as a loss percentage, and the correct option is option D. 7th question. What does question number 7 say? Now, question number 7 says a man bought apples at the rate of 8 for rupees 34 and sold them at the rate of 12 for rupees 57. How many apples should be sold to earn a net profit of rupees 45? So what we will be doing here is that we will be assuming the number of apples. Okay, let me assume the number of apples, because here the selling price and the cost price are given for different number of apples. So the cost price is based on what? The question is saying a man bought apples at the rate of 8 for rupees 34. Similarly, if you look at the selling price, it is at the rate of 12 for 57. So rather than assuming a cost price or selling price, because we cannot assume the cost price or selling price since it has already been given, what will we do? We will assume the number of apples itself. So I am going to say let there be X number of apples. Let there be X number of apples. Now here the question is saying that a man bought apples at the rate of 8 for 34 rupees. So 8 apples, this is cost price. 8 apples cost how much? 34 rupees. Then 1 apple will cost how much? Nothing but cross multiplication. 34 by 8 rupees. This is the cost price of what? Cost price of 1 apple. So if we have X number of apples, then what is the cost price of X apples? See, cost price of 1 apple is 34 by 8 rupees. Then the cost price of X apples will be what? Nothing but 34 by 8 into X. So it is 34 divided by 8 times X rupees. Similarly, if you look at the selling price over here, it says what? 12 apples cost rupees 57. 12 apples cost rupees 57. Then what is the selling price of one apple? It is nothing but 57 by 12. 57 by 12. Therefore, the selling price of one apple is what? It is nothing but 57 divided by 12 rupees. Then, what is the selling price of X number of apples? What is the selling price of X number of apples? It is what? It will be nothing but 57 divided by 12 times X rupees. Now, if you further read the question says how many apples should be sold to earn a profit of rupees 45. Okay. So, how do we get profit? Profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. So, in order to get rupees 45, how many apples should be sold? Then what will we do? We will take profit as 45 rupees. We will subtract cost price from selling price. So, we have 57 by 12 minus 34 by 8. Minus 34 by 8. I will write this as 45 is equal to 57 by 12 minus 2 17s, 2 4s, we have 17 by 4. So now I will multiply and divide 17 by 4 by 3. I am multiplying and dividing 17 by 4 by 3 by 3. So what do we get? I am going to write this over here. We have 45 is equal to 57 divided by 12 minus 17 3s, 3 51. 51 divided by 12. So the denominator is common. 57 minus 51 is what? 6 divided by 12. Therefore, this is X. Sorry, I forgot to mention X. X I have taken common out because it is 34 by 8x and 57 by 12x. X is common out. So what do we get? We get 6x divided by 12. 6 2s are 12. Therefore, X is what? X is 45 into 2. It is equal to 90. It is equal to 90 over here. Therefore, the correct answer is 90. The correct option is option A. The correct option is option A. So there are some practice questions over here. There are 3 practice questions. Do try to solve them. The answers for which will be posted in the comment section. If you do have any doubts, please do write to us. And if you did like the video, please do follow and subscribe to us. Thank you.